Hey, and welcome to the 50th episode of 3 Takeaways, your agency new business video series where we focus on one new business category and give you 3 takeaways to help improve your new business program. So we released our first episode just over 2 years ago, May 15th, 2018. Thankfully, since then, as you can see, I'm not trying to read a script off the monitor on my desk. It's not too obvious, is it? Now, we are a well-oiled machine today. I mean, take our last episode, for example, 49, where I forgot to clip my lav mic underneath my shirt and you can see the wire. Professional. All right, well, thank you for sticking with us for 50 episodes. It's crazy. And sincerely, all the support and feedback agencies have given us over these last couple of years. Now, with that, let's just get back into it. So I've talked this story in personal conversations and conversations with other agency principals, but have not yet in this video series and thought it was time. So I attended a presentation at a new business conference many months ago, given by new business leaders at their respective agencies on new business success. And there was an interesting dichotomy between the individuals on stage and those in the audience. So the 5 individuals on stage all worked at agencies that were part of major holding companies. Now the audience, conversely, as tallied by a show of hands in response to a moderator's question, they were all predominantly composed of small to mid-sized agencies, which happens to be our sweet spot as a company. Now the leaders on stage, they were all driven, smart individuals. I mean, they would have to be, but at one point, one of them answered a question on how new business came in. And the answer, paraphrased by me, was, we've had little new business success where we didn't have internal contacts. Well, I singled this out, not as a knock in any way, but to illustrate what the majority of you watching are probably thinking, and you already know. The new business strategy for small to mid-sized agencies, versus holding companies is very different. I mean, the fact is, the individuals on that stage who were up there probably don't ever have to prospect. They don't have to pick up the phone, and they have teams of people handling new business in some capacity. So not a newsflash, you do have to pick up the phone, and you don't have a separate new business team of that size anyway. It's a different new business world for small to mid-sized agencies. So for your 3 takeaways here in our 50th episode, I want to focus on firms who try to drive new business in-house, without making a specific new business hire or hiring an outsourced firm like ours, like RSW. So there are 3 things you really need to think about, and here they are. Here's your first takeaway. Think twice before you transition an account manager over to handle new business. Now, can it work? Yes, I've seen it work, but those individuals typically don't have the internal motor to truly drive new business for your firm. They often have the farmer mentality. That serves them well in account management. So when that transition does happen, when it's made, it's usually because that account manager expresses an interest in driving business development for the firm. Now, they think they'd be really good at it. They persuade management to let them try it. It's a good thing. I mean, you like that proactive spirit in your employees, right? But what tends to happen? Well, they get into it and they quickly ask themselves, what have I gotten myself into? I went back to account management. Well, here's the thing. If you do go that route, make sure, 1, you make the transition gradual, to see if it can work. Don't just flip the switch, okay? And 2, you have to get minimally some outside training and or help for that person. You can't let them go it alone. Okay. Second takeaway, if you're the owner of the firm, think twice about trying to handle new business by yourself. Again, can it work? Yes, seen that too. But tends to happen is you'll dive in and then client needs to talk, or there's an issue with the lease or payroll or on and on. All the hats you wear as the owner. There's just not enough time in the day, too many fires to put out. Now, if you as the owner feel you must drive new business, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, you have to make sure you get help and assign a few others, tasks to help you out. Okay, on to your third takeaway. You must create a structured new business plan. And you will probably need someone outside your 4 walls to help you do that. So I'm going down the track of the owner trying to handle it still here. Too often, the owner thinks he or she understands the new business process, or we'll figure it out as we go, and they actually don't really understand it. Because here's the thing, I mean true prospecting, not networking or referrals, both of which are good things, but not the same as true prospecting, right? So don't get hung up on the deep details out of the gate in terms of structure, but you have to create a structure and a realistic framework that you'll be able to follow, especially out of the gate. All right, thanks as always for watching 3 Takeaways. Lots of new business content on our resources page at the URL below. We're looking forward to another 50. And hey, we're here to help you drive new business. If you're an agency, PR firm, kind of under that umbrella, go to rswus.com. If you're interested, we'll follow up with you. Thanks so much. See you next time.